So there's nothing like a segment on body language to make you really aware of your posture and how I'm sitting right now and what sort of signal I'm sending out. Today, we're sitting down with the authors of Truth and Lies to sort out what people are really thinking based on what they're not saying. It's all about nonverbal communication. Mark Bowden and Tracey Thomson are here to break it down for all of us. Hi.
Hi.
Hey there.
Yeah, so I'm sure you get that a lot. Do you find that you are judging people based on what like me, for example? Am I relaxed? What's happening with this?
Well, I mean, clearly you're on TV and you're having to, interview us and present. So within this context, it's pretty easy to work out what's going on for you. But certainly, we all judge people all the time. If we weren't constantly making judgments, how would we ever get on with anything? We make snap judgments instantly about the people around us. Are they a friend? Are they an enemy to us? Is there a possibility of some kind of frisson of dating that might go on? Who knows? Or are we just indifferent to them and they just don't matter?
And you talk a lot in this book about, context is everything. You use the acronym SCAN. Let's break that down. What does that mean?
Okay, so SCAN is a system we're trying to help people go through where you suspend judgment. So when Mark was saying we make a judgment, a snap judgment, it's like we know we make that judgment. We're going to take 1 second just to go, I'm going to take a moment and look at what else is going on, okay? And then C is take in context, that all-important context. Where am I when this is happening? Because one gesture might mean something completely different. The same gesture will mean something different in different contexts. And then A is ask, what else? What else are you bringing to this interaction at the moment? So are you feeling, if you're in a dating situation, are you feeling on top of the world as you go in? Are you feeling a little desperate and scared? Are you hoping you look good? Do you know you look good? Like, what are you bringing to it? And then N is you can make a new judgment. So it might be the judgment you had before. You might go back to the old judgment. Doesn't mean it was wrong. You were just suspending it to begin with. Or you might decide to go a different direction. And then we give some practical tests that are very low risk so that you can test your new judgment in a body language way and see how you do. So
show us some examples of closed versus open body language. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you. So, these are blocking gestures. Yeah, now, you would not know what we're blocking out. It could be anything. It could be it's a cold day outside and maybe the air conditioning here is a little bit chilly. So though you know this is a blocking gesture, you don't know what I'm blocking out. Is it your ideas? Is it the cold? Am I trying to stay awake? Because this is a great way of staying awake. Obviously, these are now more open gestures. It's the kind of gestures you might have when you're around a nice warm fire. The face is more open. So it's really simple. It's simple stuff to pay attention to. You've just got to look at the context and then bring in more information, then test. Are you blocking my idea? Are you blocking, your tiredness? Are you blocking the cold? What are you putting up a barrier against?
Do you guys remember how you guys were when you first met? Like, what was the body language there?
It's been pretty good. We've been together for quite a while now.
At least 20 years, my gosh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned sort of flirting. You talk about that in the book. So I want to give some examples. So let's say you're at a bar, okay? Singles night, you're at a bar. You see someone across the room, right? Where are you? There you are. Yeah. And then you lock eyes. You look away, you look back. Yeah. That person does a little something through their hair. Okay, What does that mean? Does it mean what I think it means, which is, let's have a drink?
Yeah, so let's go through what you're actually doing there. With that shift of the hair, what you could be doing is displaying to the other person the power of your genetic code and health. Your hair is a history of your health, yeah? Now, of course, if you're anything like me, you can get that health out of a bottle. And, but I'm not saying, not saying that for you.
Right.
But
it's showing how good your diet is, how shiny your hair is. That's a traditional way of showing power.
And then the eye contact shows value. If I have eye contact with you, you're valuable. If I have eye contact with, the audience over there, they're more valuable than you right now. Now, the only problem is do you know whether there's flirting and value going on for you or for somebody nearby, and you're kind of a decoy?
That's happened to me. I waved at somebody. I literally saw somebody across the room. They were like this. I go, and then they ran. What I thought was to me, I opened my arms.
Oh, no.
Right by me.
Oh, no.
Terrible.
Oh, I'm going to cry.
So maybe just be aware. Oh, tell me about it. So be aware of your surroundings was my lesson there.
Absolutely. Be aware of your surroundings. Be
Know who's
self-aware.
behind you.
Right, be self-aware. Am I really the most valuable thing in the room?
That's really important point because we talk about context. We don't just talk about the fact you're in a bar. You're also, where are you socially in that bar? Who is around you? Are there other high-value targets in the room?
There was a target behind me. I had no idea. You got to know these kind of things.
You got to know these kind of
Be
things.
like the FBI and the CIA. Walk in and take a good look around
That's
you,
right.
first of all.
That's right. Realize you're not the only one there.
And part of our test, actually, would have you moving to a different part of the room to test if it is, in fact, you or somebody behind you.
Where were you guys 10 years ago? Next
Stop.
situation. We really appreciate your time this morning, guys. Really fun and interesting. Thank you so much for
Thanks
being
having
here.
us.